Welcome to this video, and the title of this video is Spiritual Masters and Demons. I shall narrate two incidents from two great spiritual masters. One, the Buddha, the other one, Jesus Christ. Buddha sat in a very deep meditation, entering the fourth state of jnana, and he is visited by Mara and his three beautiful daughters, namely greed, hatred, and delusion. And Buddha simply makes a statement, I see you, and the devil and his daughters disappear. We will see the meaning and the power of this statement later on. 600 years later, Jesus of Nazareth spent 40 days and 40 nights in the Judean wilderness after his baptism and was visited by Satan. The Satan tempts him in three areas. One is attachment to physicality, greed, and the second one is attachment to desire for power, and third one is the dominance of our supreme ego. The first temptation is to satisfy his hunger, which Jesus refuses. Second one, the devil shows him all the kingdoms of the world and says, I'll give everything to you, you worship me, and Jesus refuses. And third one is where he's taken to the top of the temple, who says, throw yourself down and your angels will support you. And Jesus concludes this particular dialogue with one powerful statement, thou shalt not tempt your Lord, your God. A fully realized person is actually God. God within is completely revealed when you fully realize your true nature. It is very difficult for ordinary people like us to reach the state. But we are given this life to constantly endeavor to reach that particular state. Both Buddha and Jesus Christ resist their temptations and they become a great spiritual masters, and both men change the history of the world. But what do we make of these temptations in our lives? Here it is important that we reposition our thinking with respect to this knowledge that is given to us. Seeing religious texts as metaphors, not as actual incidents or history. Two of my favorite authors and thinkers are Joseph Campbell and Carl Jung. Both saw religion as useful as metaphors for our own lives, not as literal examples. The Pali texts, Upanishads, Puranas, biblical texts are all metaphoric narratives containing the kernel of wisdom to be progressively revealed as human consciousness evolves. One Zen koan states, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. And Jesus says in Luke chapter 14 verses 26, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. There are two ways these phrases can be interpreted. One is that you should literally go murder Buddhas on the street or hate your whole family to follow Jesus. No, the other is a metaphor. Perhaps these phrases are suggesting that the road to religious enlightenment or spiritual enlightenment or self-realization is not through anyone else, but through your own path. Buddha and Jesus experienced their inner demons. We can see our own demons also, but most people will not have the desire to. This is the meaning when Buddha says, I see you. Seeing the inner demon is a fundamental requirement for going towards a higher state of living. In the face of temptation and pleasure and desire, the bodhisattvas choose a different path, the path of the spirit. Here, I think I would like to just remind of the story of Faustus. Mephistopheles, the devil, comes to tempt him. And Faustus, when told that he will have to be his soul has to be taken to hell, he requests Mephistopheles to explain what is hell. And Mephistopheles beautifully explains what is hell. I shall quote, where we are is hell, and where hell is there, ever we must be. And to conclude, when all the world dissolves, and every creature shall be purified, all places shall be hell, that is not heaven. We have to understand this particular statement by Mephistopheles, especially the last one. All places shall be hell, that is not heaven. Heaven is a state of pure self-realization of the soul as being the ultimate reality. And if you are not in that position, you are still in hell. In the book of Job, God answers from the whirlwind. He is the author of all things. And God says, "Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off the dimensions? Surely you know who stretched a measuring line across it. On what were the footings set? Or who laid the cornerstones, while the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy?" Book of Job, chapter 38, verses 2 to 7. In conclusion, I would like to just bring out this point. The demon is within, and our lack of full knowledge leads us to be blind to the presence of evil. God is not evil, but it is our own ignorance which projects itself as a demon. This is the message I want to leave with you. Thank you for watching and have a great life.